It was a hot summer day, and I was sitting in my car feeling restless and bored. I had just finished a long day at work and did not feel like driving home yet, so I decided to go for a drive. I did not have a specific destination in mind, but I knew I wanted to get out of the city and into the countryside. As I drove along the winding roads, I felt the wind in my hair and the sun on my skin. It was a beautiful day, and I was grateful to be alive. I turned up the radio and sang along to my favorite songs, feeling free and alive. After a while, I came to a small town I had never been to before. It was quaint and charming, with old-fashioned buildings and friendly locals. I decided to stop and look around a bit, parked my car and got out. As I walked through the town, I felt like I had stepped back in time. Everything was so different from the fast-paced city life I was used to. I chatted with the locals, ate at a small diner, and even visited an old-fashioned candy store. But as the day progressed, I felt a certain uneasiness. I could not shake the feeling that something was wrong. It was as if the town was hiding a dark secret that no one wanted to talk about. I decided to investigate further and inquired about the town's history. That's how I learned about the town's dark past. Many years ago, a group of settlers had founded the town, but they had been driven out by a group of bandits who had terrorized the town for years. The bandits had eventually been captured and executed, but the town had never fully recovered from the trauma. As I walked around the town, I noticed that many buildings had bullet holes in them and that the streets were named after the settlers who had been killed by the bandits. It was a sobering reminder of the town's past. But as I explored the town further, I noticed something else. Despite the town's tragic history, the locals were resilient and optimistic. They had built a strong community and were proud of their city. They were determined to keep the memory of the settlers alive and honor their heritage. As I drove out of town that evening, I could not help but be inspired by their resilience. She reminded me that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. I knew I would never forget my time in that small town and the lessons it had taught me. And that is my story. I thank you for listening to me, and I hope it inspires you to seek new adventures and never give up hope.